Today I'm going to be making custom LED turn signals for my Nissan 240sx. See, I got these off eBay for about 30 bucks. They work pretty good. I wired them into the factory 240 wiring, so they are removable. But basically I'm going to make a bracket and make some turn signals for the front of this thing. Got this kit from Walmart, truck running board lights. It's about 20 bucks. So you open it up and you pull out something like this. Now, since the Nissan is a dual filament bulb, I'm going to be using 2 as the running lights and then 2 as the actual turn signals. So after you separate the LED bulbs, you can see there's a ton of wiring between them. We're not going to be using nearly that much. So what I did was I cut and soldered them to about that length. I figured it's a good length to fit behind. But basically, where the fucking thing? Gonna be sitting here. This is obviously the bottom, and I'm gonna have them like that. After getting the light broke down, I realized I was gonna weld it, throw a couple TIG welds on it, but I realized there's gonna be enough room to just drill it, so that's gonna make life a little easier. So I'm gonna mark it up, get it ready to get drilled, and go from there. Got the hole drilled, bolt in there. See, it doesn't stick down far at all, but we'll do a fitment test. Plenty of room. With one bolt in there, it's pretty sturdy, it doesn't want to move. So I think we'll just send it with one. Remember to wipe down with some prep spray or some wipe off, wipe out, whatever the fuck it's called. Since the hole's drilled, threw the headlight back together, and now I'm going to make this look like this. So I cut and splice them down to about this length, so when I tie it up, it'll be just about the same as the other one. Second one soldered up, ready to go. While I'm waiting for the paint to dry, I'm going to get the other side soldered up to match this side. That way that's all out of the way. So I want to show you guys how I'm sealing up the wire, because you clearly can't fit a heat shrink in there. So the first one, I am wrapping in electrical tape before I solder the second one. And then after the second one's soldered, basically taking some tape and some epoxy. And just kind of, this thing fucking sucks. And just kind of glob it in there a little bit. Wipe it side to side. And then once you wrap it, alright, it's going to push all that epoxy out and act as a sealer. And you want to get it nice and tight. This, I'm trying to show you guys, so it's a little rough. But basically get it nice and tight. And then once it dries up, it should be sealed. Like I said, that last one was just a demonstration, but you can see how it turns out once you get it nice and snug. Angle iron is painted. It kind of matches it a little bit. It's a little glossy, but fuck it. Alright, so my plan is I'm going to have the running lights in the back facing down, so you can't see the actual projection, but you can just see like the faint light of it, whatever. And then the actual turn signals I'm going to have facing the front, so you're going to be able to see them when you're driving in the daytime. Now the lights come with this fancy 3M tape. I'm going to trust it, because I mean it's meant for underneath the trucks. But if not, they also come with the little screw holes and little screws, so if they end up not working out, I'm just going to, I guess I'll drill it and screw it, but I'm going to see how the 3M tape holds. Now one thing when you're putting these on, you want to make sure that the wiring is going the same way. You don't want one wiring facing that way and then one facing the other way. So as I put it on, I'm going to make sure it's centered, make sure that the wiring's facing the same way. And like I said, these ones are going to be the actual turn signal, while these ones are going to be the running light in the background. So you can see the actual running light is hidden, tucked up back here, and you'll be able to see the turn signals pretty bright. See, everything's pretty tucked up. That was my main goal, is keep everything, you know, kind of hidden. And then just gotta do this wiring into the factory harness. Yeah, I know it looks like shit. I gotta get the connectors. But yeah, once that's done, I'll run it up through here and follow the headlight wire. I just want to show you guys what I meant by using the factory harness and plugs. So I don't have a headlight motor, so I cut out that whole harness, but I also cut out the plug for the turn signals. Basically cut everything back, and I'm going to be soldering that in there and then run the aftermarket turn signals to this. That way everything's disconnectable. Disconnectable? I don't even think that's a word. But that way everything's removable, so when I do remove the headlight, the turn signals can come with it. So this is the finished product. You can see I got the passenger side done. This is the headlight harness I just made. You can see I used the factory connectors, soldered them in, because I did not want to hardwire them in. I'd like to have them removable. Same thing with the actual headlight. That way that whole thing can be removed as one. You can see they're working as they should. Have the turn signal. With the runner light behind it, I ended up hiding them because I didn't want them to be out in the open because they look goofy. But yeah, so that's a wrap for this video. Be sure to subscribe and like this, and I'm going to be doing some other shit to this car.